Yes, I'm calling from Italy, Texas. I wanted to see if I could request an officer assess a protest going on outside the city hall. So there's a lot of profanity, a lot of signs with profanity. We have children and elderly present. There have been people running across the street with the sign, blocking traffic. It's just out of control. Like, it'd be nice to just have an officer kind of determine whether there's an issue there, because this is out of control and it is kind of a public and traffic safety because we have semis going through and they can't really stop. That's fine. It'll probably be Nelson anyways. It's Neila.
N-E-L-A?
N-E-I-L-A.
What's your last name?
Owen, O-W-E-N.
And your phone number?
BZ Watchdog News Network.
Before we get started, smash that like button, drop a comment, share this video everywhere, and follow the channel for the latest in government accountability. Because when public officials and their allies start playing games with people's freedoms, we start pulling records. Today's video takes us back to Italy, Texas, where we attended the Italy City Council meeting on July 13, 2026. While citizens were peacefully protesting outside City Hall, police received only one complaint about the protest. Just one. Now, after obtaining the public records, reviewing the call sheet, allowing Ron Helms to listen to the 911 recording, and comparing the timing with video showing the vehicle described by the caller, we believe we have identified that caller as Neila Owen, Ron's ex-girlfriend, who reportedly knew he was already out on bond. The caller allegedly told dispatch that protesters were blocking traffic and she almost hit someone. But the available video raises serious questions about whether any of that actually happened or whether the call was an attempt to manufacture allegations and get Ron arrested again. Ron Helms has already been arrested twice in Italy and claims his constitutional rights were violated. He was facing 2 pending cases, but after our visit and my records request to the Ellis County District Attorney's Office, prosecutors reportedly refused to accept charges from his first arrest last year. However, he still faces charges connected to speech at an Italy City Council meeting. And the story gets even more disturbing. We have learned that Italy's mayor pro tem is also an Ellis County employee and allegedly attempted to have charges filed through the city of Italy and a local municipal and justice court judge. When one judge reportedly refused to sign off, the warrant was allegedly taken to a Precinct 1 Justice of the Peace who approved it. Was that legitimate procedure? Or was someone shopping for a judge willing to sign? We don't have the answers yet, but with an Ellis County commissioner facing unrelated theft charges, the public has every right to question whether political influence, personal relationships, or abuse of office played any role in how this warrant was obtained. I'm currently requesting the records, communications, warrant applications, affidavits, and court documents to find out who contacted whom, what evidence was presented, and whether anyone used their public position to target a private citizen. We are digging into the Ellis County, the City of Italy, its police department, its judges, and every public official connected to this mess. Because if government officials are conspiring to weaponize the criminal justice system against critics, protesters, or political opponents, that is not public service. This is tyranny, and we are going to expose every part of it.
Sheriff's Office, Dakota.
Yes, I'm calling from Italy, Texas. I wanted to see if I could request an officer assess a protest going on outside the city hall.
Okay. What are y'all needing an officer for?
So there's a lot of profanity, a lot of signs with profanity. We have children and elderly present. There have been people running across the street with the sign, blocking traffic. It's just out of control. Like, I understand the speech itself may be protected, but it would be nice to just have an officer kind of determine whether there's an issue there, because this is out of control and it is kind of a public and traffic safety because we have semis going through and they can't really stop. Yeah, it's on the highway, Highway 34.
Okay. And what's your name?
I really don't want to drive my children by with profanities being screamed because they are little sponges and they are going to scream mad at people. thinking it's okay.
Okay. I mean, they're not going to be able to stop people from yelling any kind of cuss words or anything like that, but I can let you speak to somebody.
That would be great.
Okay. What's your name?
Can I keep that anonymous because our town is very, cliquey.
If you're wanting to speak to an officer, then I have to have a name and a phone number.
That's fine. It'll probably be Nelson anyways. It's Neila.
Neila?
Neila.
What's your last name?
Owen, Owen.
And your phone number? 760.
Yes.
Okay. I can tell you we have 2 officers that are currently inside of the meeting, so it might be just a little bit. We'll have somebody give you a phone call, though, okay?
Okay, and I would like them to know that we almost hit one of them driving by because he was running across the road with a sign so many times. That's the main reason I'm calling, too.
Okay, got it. I will make note of it then.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Let's recap what the records actually show. On July 13, 2026, while citizens were protesting outside Italy City Hall, only one person called law enforcement to complain about the demonstration. That caller identified herself as Neila Owen. She claimed people were running into the highway, blocking traffic, screaming profanity around children and elderly residents, and creating a dangerous situation for passing semi-trucks. Near the end of the call, she escalated the allegation by claiming that she and her passengers had almost hit one of the protesters because he repeatedly ran across the road carrying a sign. That protester was identified as Ron Helms. But where is the evidence? Where is the video showing Ron Helms blocking traffic? Where is the footage showing protesters forcing vehicles or semi-trucks to stop? Where is the independent witness confirming that anyone nearly struck him? We were recording the protest, and the available footage raises serious questions about whether the caller's description matches what actually occurred. The dispatcher even explained that officers could not stop people merely for using profanity. The caller acknowledged that the speech might be constitutionally protected, yet she continued pushing for an officer to investigate. We now believe the caller was Ron Helms' former girlfriend, who reportedly knew that he was already out on bond and facing pending charges. That relationship creates an obvious question about motive, especially when the call appears to single out conduct that could have exposed Ron to another request, especially when the call appears to single out conduct that could have exposed Ron to another arrest or an allegation that he violated his bond. To give Neila Owen an opportunity to explain herself, I called the Google Voice number associated with the call and requested a statement regarding the allegations she made about Ron Helms. And of course, she did not answer the call and instead asked what the call was about. Her decision not to provide a statement is not by itself an admission of guilt, but it does mean that, as of this video, she has not explained the discrepancies between her accusations and the video evidence we are reviewing. There are also conflicting claims concerning her statement that she was driving with her children. Ron Helms disputes that account based on information he says she shared during their former relationship. We are not treating his statement as independently verified, and we are not going to speculate publicly about anyone's private medical history. The relevant question is much simpler. Who was actually inside the vehicle, and was the caller's account truthful? That is why we are requesting more records. We want the complete dispatch records, officer communications, body cam footage, incident reports, notes, follow-up calls, and any other evidence showing what police did with this complaint. And this is bigger than one questionable phone call. Ron Helms has already been arrested twice in Italy. Prosecutors reportedly refused to accept charges from his first arrest, while another case connected to his speech at a city council meeting remains pending. We are also investigating allegations that officials sought a warrant from another judge after a local judge allegedly refused to approve it. We want to know who requested that warrant, who communicated with the judges, what evidence was submitted, and whether anyone used political connections or public employment to influence the process. Was this simply a citizen reporting what she honestly believes she witnessed? Was it a personal dispute being dragged into the criminal justice system, or was it part of a broader attempt to manufacture allegations against a government critic who was already vulnerable because he was out on bond? Those questions deserve answers supported by records, not rumors, personal relationships, or backroom telephone calls. Neila Owen is welcome to provide her complete account and any evidence supporting the allegations she made. The City of Italy, the Italy Police Department, Ellis County officials, and every judge involved should also preserve and release the relevant public records, because calling the police and accusing someone of dangerous or criminal conduct is serious. Warrants, arrest, and bond consequences can destroy a person's freedom, reputation, and livelihood. Government officials have a duty to investigate allegations honestly, not to accept convenient stories simply because the accused is a protester, critic, or political opponent. We will continue following the documents, comparing the official story with the video evidence, and identifying every public official who touched this case.
That like button,
So
drop
smash
a
that
comment,
like button,
share this
leave your
video
opinions in the
everywhere,
comments,
follow
share
the
this video
channel for the latest in
everywhere,
government
and follow
accountability.
BZ Watchdog,
Because when public
News
officials
Network
and their
for the
allies
latest in
start
government
playing games with
accountability.
people's freedoms,
As always,
we start
sunlight
putting
is
records.
the best disinfectant.
Today's video takes
And
us back to
whether the
Italy,
corruption is
Texas,
inside
where we
Italy
attended
City
the
Hall,
Italy
the police
City
department,
Council
the
meeting on
courthouse,
July
or the good old boy
13th,
network
2026.
protecting it, we are
While
going to
citizens
drag it
were
into the
peacefully
sunlight.
protesting
This
outside City
investigation
Hall.
is far from over. I'm BZ, and I'll see you in the next video.
Tyranny, corruption, extortion. Sunlight is the best disinfectant.
BZ Watchdog News Network.